Okay folks, here is Alabama Headhunter again. I'm going to show you some stuff from right here around my house. I live in St. Clair County, Alabama. Points around here are usually very small. Some really nice points though. I'm going to show you this large piece first. This thing, probably one of the biggest flint tools that I've ever found around here. It's kind of unusual. I feel like it's probably a paleo tool. If anybody has any input, I would appreciate it. This little thing here is probably a punch. I don't know if you can see it very well, but the tip of it is worn extremely smooth, either ground or just from use wear. This is a little Capina style point, I think. Not really sure. It's kind of unusual for this area. I think it's kind of a pretty point. Nice flaking, nice colors. This is another one of those Jack's Reef pentagonals. I guess everybody knows pentagonal means five-sided. This little arrowhead here came from housing a subdivision where they'd pushed up a brush pile and was burning. It's either Big Sandy or Kirk. Slightly beveled. Could possibly even be a lost lake. There's a nice little drill. Another place from a clear cut. I'm just going to kind of go through these. If there's some I want to comment on, I will. So LaCroix. There's a pretty little pink arrowhead. Everybody I talk to just seems to like pink arrowheads, pinks and reds. There's another drill. Another small drill. Another small drill. Another little pink arrowhead. This material here is what they call a Weissner quartzite. It's drop it. It's made out of a real gray, grainy stuff. Very hard to work. This is another one made out of that stuff. This could be possibly paleo, maybe. Pretty little black point, black and brown. Little flat tool. This piece and that very first piece came from the same area. I believe both of these are paleo. Pretty little black and white point. That there is what they call a white springs. It's round on one side and flat on the other. But it is flaked on both sides. This is another one of those Weissner quartz points. So this is very grainy. Not a very pretty material, but you do find some nice points made out of this stuff. There's a white quartz point from here. Another point I think could be paleo. It's got a slight basal thinning flake on one side. There's another point, possibly paleo. Some of the material here is hard to work with. This point here is definitely paleo, there's no doubt in my mind. It's got a couple of fire pops in it. This came from a rock shelter. There's a road, it was cut right in front of the shelter, and I found this in the dirt of the road bank. This big sandy came from the same location. Now this is a black type flint we find around here. I'm not really sure what to call it. It's not obsidian. You do not find obsidian points around here. But you do find some points made out of this stuff, and occasionally you'll find a river cobble made out of this stuff. There's another one. This kind of looks like some of that Great Basin stuff here. Check the colors in this little thing. This point was found just down the road from the house. Found this when I was probably 16 or 17 years old. 30 years ago. Another little big sandy, worn out. Come from an old road bed out in the woods. This little guy here, it's pretty unusual for this area to find something like this. a wedding and walked outside and was standing under an oak tree where the ground was showing just a little bit of wear on the grass, and that was laying there on the ground. If you keep your eyes open and look at the ground, you'll find stuff. It's everywhere. This is a little small point that I am certain is paleo. It's got these long flakes going all the way across the point. Let's say in this area everything is small. It's got a little bit of fine basal grinding. Beautiful flaking. This point here came from a little low area down near Black Creek. Never really decided what to call it. I don't know. If anybody has an idea, let me know. It doesn't really fit anything, any point type. One guy said it looked kind of like a Harding base, but never found any Hardings down here. Not in this area. This is a little Dalton. Very beveled. A friend of mine lives up the road. We're doing a little digging behind his house, and this thing popped out of the ground. I really like that point. Little bird point. Hope everyone enjoys these. I'm going to try to give them a post on YouTube. See y'all soon.